Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Snow. I am your GM for this evening, the Gold Crow, and with me I have four of my wonderful friends with me. And the one who plays the sheep can regale us with what happened last time.
Okay. Last time, we started off with what seems to be becoming a tradition at this point, which would be splitting the party. Everyone but Malcolm went to the library to do a bit of research on the Great Worms. Any truly useful information, however, had been torn out of the books. They reported the vandalism to Professor Mordain, who definitely knows more than he is letting on. Given the information was about bestowing power to others, the missing information was in line with what Estelle stated the goals of. It was either Dithrim or the college, I can't remember which. So that implicates Mordain, even though he may not have been the one to take the information himself. In the meanwhile, Malcolm got to eat some grass and meet the local slacker frat boy who invited him to partake in the good stuff that night. Malcolm agreed, but Nicholas and Proteus later found out that we have more important matters to tend to, making sure the poetry club doesn't get itself killed. Professor Arakellis showed up and asked to speak to Malcolm in private, which eventually led to him getting private tutoring. And during this, he learns that Malcolm is in fact illiterate, and thanks to his efforts, the country oaf can now read his own name. Dante learns from the dean of a truant student and asks for him to look into it if he has the time. After that, Dante goes to speak with Father Nevin and learns that the apparent apostate does maintain some degree of faith, even if his views may be somewhat heretical. Finally, Proteus spoke with Professor Ozzy about a number of things, but she totally suspects him to be a Zorua if she doesn't outright know it already. We need to ask if she's wearing a pair of true sight glasses sometime, and that's more or less where we left off.
All right, you could take the reroll for this session. Put that
Thank
in
you.
your inventory sheet. And
Man, he knew about my blackmail somehow. Can you believe it? I didn't tell anyone.
uh, we don't metagame. That's just for the
This for
you
the
know
audience who was there.
yeah. Yeah, so we take you back to the classroom, or not classroom, the your dorm room, where you were planning what to do. As it's probably 5 o'clock, 5:30.
All right. Well, considering these idiots are going to be going at the dead of night, I think we should probably get some rest so that way we're not all dead as the night when we go meet with them.
Why would anyone do anything at night? That's when you're supposed to sleep.
I think I think they're thinking that it's like for the aesthetic or something like that, or I don't know. If they made any sense, then they wouldn't be going out in the middle of the gosh darn forest when their students going missing.
I don't know if they know that.
I didn't consider whether the students knew about that or not.
I will
Fair
point.
point.
I will point out another thing. On last session too, Dante also learned of a kind of shut-in student that's been absent a lot, named Figgery.
Yeah, I mentioned that, the
Okay.
truant student.
Yeah.
I love how you called him the true one.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
Oh, there's Garrick Lock.
Oh my. Uh, I mean, it's late in the day. I thought we were just gonna go there to the club or whatever. When
Well,
are
we're
we
gonna
meeting? Like they said at like night, but it's like, is it gonna
they
take us until
midnight.
that time to even get to the location?
Uh,
Like if it's like 5 p.m. right now and they're meeting at 7 and it takes 2 hours to walk over there kind of deal.
That's a fair point. Maybe Nicholas should go find his flamboyantly dressed Hobbit friend and figure out when they're meeting and when they're heading out.
Okay. What do I want to apply to this? I'll just do a. Are you going to leave the room?
Yeah.
All right, then just do a perception check. I guess would make the most sense here.
Oh, joy. It makes the most sense, but it's also the one I hate.
Jot.
7, yay.
Wait. Oh, that only works on things you're. Wait.
Yeah. Okay. 7.
7.
Including Jot?
Don't you?
That's
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, that's with Jack of all trades. He has -1 whiz, and
Oh,
he's
okay, yeah, because we have a +1 with it right
Yeah.
now.
Okay. Yeah. You search and search all. You go to the place where you saw him in the cafeteria, but you just see all you see is these skeletons wandering around, cleaning up and tidying the place.
Oh, great. Really should have caught his name.
What are the rest of you doing?
Malcolm's probably doing his homework.
So you are drawing a beautiful picture. What has kind of developed on that? I mean, you drew Malcolm on there, and you wrote Malcolm.
Yeah. So it's him, and since he kind of drew that in the center of the page, kind of squished off to the left side is like a really thin picture of what kind of maybe resembles Professor Eric Ellis next to an even more squished rectangle, which is probably the blackboard. So he's basically just drawing yesterday when he was in class.
Okay.
I think I'd be consulting the map to try to figure out, like, how far the forest is from here and how long it would take to get there.
Well, there is a forest on just as you leave the city. You can kind of go to the. It's just off the trail. You can go off the trail into the woods. Where in the woods, you don't really know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I want to consult the map to figure out how long it would take to even reach the woods and then potentially see how big they are. And it's like if we have to go to the far side of it, like how long that might take as well.
Well, as soon as you just kind of go off trail, you're in the woods. It's just kind of you don't even know which. Well, presumably they would leave from the exit that's closest to the school, which is where you actually entered from. But like how deep they're going to the woods, you don't really know. You don't really have a point to where you would go, right? To kind of.
Yeah, well, it kind of depends on how big the woods are, but I figure it would have to be some long enough they would have time to get back here tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it depend if they were. I'll let you do a survival check in that case to kind of suss out to maybe like where they would go and to get back in time.
All right. Yeah, I don't have my map tools anymore. So this is nice.
Oh, we're rolling hot today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you look at the map and you realize they could just be going anywhere. Like, you don't really know where they would go to come back in time. As you are from well, You mainly spent your life in villages and cities, so you don't really know how to.
Proteus navigates by being somewhere or not being somewhere, not by maps.
Yeah. And Dante, what would you be doing while Malcolm is drawing this crude picture? You can maybe suss out him he's drawing, but you can't. He's drawing this just weird triangular stick figure thing as well.
He's starting to look not too happy with the work he's done.
Yeah, Dante would probably be. Well, he'd look between both of the two, and he's like still kind of lost in his own thought, like trying to come up with the poem for tonight. But at the point that he realizes like Proteus is having trouble with the map, he just glances over and he just sort of asks, like, "Are you trying to find somewhere specifically, or?"
Mostly trying to figure out how long it would take for us to get there and back again. Because I figured the students would have to come back here before anyone would notice they're gone. So they'd come back late, but they would still have some time.
I mean, students are given free roam usually after their main classes. At least assuming that it's similar to our schedules in a way. Though I guess no, we have more freedom.
You would know they are allowed to leave the campus, but wandering around the campus, there's a curfew.
Oh,
Wait, when is that?
9 o'clock,
What time is it now?
5:30.
I have something.
Okay, so we probably just need to leave now then.
We're gonna
Because
take.
they would want to come back like at curfew, I imagine. Coming back after curfew is not something I imagine a poet society would be very good at, like sneaking around, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's not like the other group that Malcolm ran into, where they probably just don't even care.
Yeah, so I say we just leave now. If we get there before them, that's fine.
The problem is we could be going in the complete wrong direction.
Like you don't really know where they're going in the woods. That's the issue here.
That is
But
the
we
big
know they're
problem.
going into the woods, which means that if we're there first, then then they'll come to us.
So I
That's
have a kind of a wild out there idea. Maybe we could just ask where the poetry club normally meets.
To whom are we asking?
Like any of the faculty, I'm sure at least one of them is aware that the club exists.
All right, who is the most poetic faculty we know of?
Mordain.
The library
I
is
doubt.
closed.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought they all went to like the teachers' lounge at this point.
I mean, you don't know that, so.
Sure, I do. I'm just gonna name off every teacher's name and see what the
oh no.
compass points.
Who are you? Whose name are you saying?
All of them.
Well, which one first? And like,
I guess we'll start off with Eric Ellis because E is the one I think that is alphabetically first.
okay, let me bring up Mr. Map here. Okay, you guys are currently right here. It's pointing down in this direction. It's kind of this little sphere, and there's like a little needle in it, and it's kind of pointing on a 45-degree angle down towards there.
Okay, so
Pretty much
he's somehow still in his study right now. I suppose I can go bother him if I want to, if we think so.
Well, you wanted to go bother him anyway, didn't you?
I did. I just don't know if bothering him after hours is the greatest of ideas.
He's a teacher. Being bothered after hours is probably fairly common.
Only if you want to have extra homework.
Even have met with him before now.
Even college professors, like, so long as they're there, they kind of semi-expect you to
Yeah.
bother them after hours.
It's kind of what they're paid to do.
All right.
Drop in office hours or
Yeah. I guess the other ones I'll name off are Nightingale.
Nightingale would be. It's pointing almost in the same direction, but over here.
Okay. And then next I'll say Wolverick.
It just kind of spins around.
Okay, so he might be underneath us. Is that what that means?
Or he's not present on campus.
Yeah, that's fair.
So the problem was pointing this direction was like the direction of the library.
Yes, that's correct.
And then Soul Shade is the last one that we don't really know.
It also spins around.
Okay, so two of them are off campus or in the teacher's lounge, assuming that it spins around if people are in there.
Don't assume too much.
All right. I guess I'll have to go bother Eric Ellis then, because he's the only one that I think might have poetic students to vaguely have an idea of what's going on here, aside from maybe Nightingale. But I think dragging Dante that direction might not end well. So
The problem is they're in the library and the library's closed.
Eric Ellis is in his study. We can go around the library.
Yeah, you can access Eric Ellis's class. Like, he has an entrance to the class, but there's another entrance going through.
Yeah. It's only Nightingale that we wouldn't be able to reach. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do is go bother Eric Ellis.
All right. So you're leaving your room, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we find a beautiful flyer in the hall somewhere that says "Join the Poet Society
know,
meeting
that's
today."
That's a good question. We should have also checked around. Are there like student club flyers or anything like a giant bulletin?
Do an investigation check.
I'll use
Dante
One of us is bound to roll above a 10 eventually.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Pat yourself on the back.
Oh my gosh.
Natural
30,
20
20.
out back.
Yes,
30-20.
there is. It says, "Are you sick of life? Join the Poet Society."
Oh my gosh.
And it says Gel Pultana.
Gale Potato?
Gel Pultana.
Gelpatina.
Yeah.
How do you spell that? Like
GEL PALTINPTENA.
One more time.
Yeah.
I guess I should just spell it out for you.
Yeah.
It's much easier.
I'm just like, what language is this?
Huh.
Oh, it's 2 words?
That's her first name. Well, that's the person's first name, and that's her last name.
I'm like, I mean, I was thinking Nightingale like first, but now I'm not so sure.
Or I mean, you got a name, so you know what to do with it.
Well, then again, it says tired of life, and that's the necromancy teacher.
Oh my god.
All right,
We'll
let's
put that
find
on. We'll put that on the
Dante will
back
just-
burner.
Probably
Let's
just points to
let's go
the-
ask Eric Kellis for clarification because
Oh
the
my
poster
gosh.
was not helpful.
What do you mean? It gave us a name.
Yeah, just
I mean, okay, fine.
let's just put.
I'll look at the compass and say Galpatania.
It's pointing that direction on the same level.
What?
Like, it's pointing kind of in the southeast direction on this floor.
Oh no, it's this classroom, isn't it? Well, guess we're going that way now.
All right. So who's going in this direction?
I think.
I get technically we don't want me going because I want to be hiding and spotting you guys, not joining the society itself.
Do you think Nicholas would have come back?
Depends on how long they were discussing that. He probably wouldn't have been too long. So unless they went like right away, he might have been back by the time they left.
All right. I'll say you. It's just right downstairs. You looked in the cafeteria, so it's not like you went far.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, then yeah, I probably pop back up and say, well, not in the cafeteria anymore.
At which point, Dante just kind of shows him leads him to the
Look at
whole,
this
like,
nice
postings.
flyer you walked past.
Okay, in my whatever.
It was probably like hanging right there, like behind the stairs, on a bulletin board.
Anyways, we have a name. Let's just follow the name.
All right.
I suspect then that Proteus and Malcolm are going to stay behind.
Yeah.
I will help Malcolm with his poetry.
That's terrifying.
All right. So
I'm just gonna teach him how to write grass and is and in.
So Nicholas and Dante are gonna go over here. You're in the student union tower right now, so you're gonna go over to this area right here.
Mhm.
Yep.
And you see sitting around a table, 4 Pokemon. There's the flamboyantly dressed Hoppip you saw before, and there's also a similarly flamboyantly dressed Mime Jr. there as well. But there's also like a really there's 2 other Pokemon like kind of drenched in dark makeup and
Oh no!
Oh no.
just those kind of like really just dreary faces as they see you, kind of holding the talismans pointing towards them, and they just kind of, with like half opened eyes, they nod at you. They appear to be drinking. They're drinking something.
Hey, just Gorvin here. Just thought I'd check in and figure out what time we're heading out to the forest for the poetry reading tonight.
Oh, my minstrel friend, we are going to the wood to our society in an hour or two. Would you happen to join us? Have you considered my offer?
Yeah, no, I considered it, and yeah, I'm planning on joining you, and I brought a friend too, and probably one other.
And the Gotharita looks at you. She's one of the ones that looks dreary and says, well, if you want to be one of us, you're going to have to be initiated to show us your stuff.
Alright. What do you need me to do?
You need to recite a poem that really moves us, makes us think. I warn you, we're critics. We'll judge you, just like the world judges us.
Alright.
She takes a sip. She takes a sip of like what you can see is black coffee now.
Oh my God. Alright,
The Scoropi is also like wearing like a. It's wearing a wig that's black as well. And it has like kind of white and black makeup on his face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you'll come up one as good as mine. I sat in my room all night when I was initiated, thinking about how much life sucks. You have only got a few hours. But a few hours is just nothing in the grand scheme of the universe. They all snap their fingers.
alright. Give me a second. Ugh. I
No,
hate writing.
you have to go. Not here. This is an institution. We have to go in the middle of the woods, because that's where we were outcast.
So you want me to bring my thing with me there
Yeah, then we'll
for
decide.
initiation?
We'll decide if you and your friend, if you want to call him that. He's just a construct. Friendship is just a construct. It means-
Dante just kind of like raises a brow, very confused.
So are you in?
Yeah. I'll make best poem that'll blow your socks off. So you better get ready.
We come back after curfew, so you might get in trouble. You willing to do that?
I get the sense we'll be fine.
Okay. Then we're ready for you to blow our socks off then.
Yeah. Sure. See you there.
Meet us by the gates at 8 o'clock.
Gates at 8 o'clock. Gotcha. And yeah. Nicholas is gonna head back, and as soon as we get close enough to the room, he's gonna say, "Who the frick are they?"
I expected a club of poets, not. You sure you're not mixing them up with?
Proteus is just going to smile.
I feel like I should be insulted because they almost seemed like they were. No,
They're
no.
emotionally distressed kids. So some of them take it out by being what Owen is, and others of them try to put it out on paper. But in the end, I don't think many of these groups are going to be very different. They're all trying to prove that there's something in desperation to cope with their feelings that they don't understand.
Well, gonna need to think of I'm not too concerned about figuring out a poem. My main thing is being there in the forest with them to make sure nothing happens. But I guess if I can think of a poem and can impress them or whatever, that'll get me in with their club.
Malcolm and Proteus, do a perception check.
Oh no!
Another one.
Another teacher's coming, boys!
Let me make sure I've got this right. Yep.
My gosh.
We're back to the under 10s, boys. I got one above it last time.
Okay, continue.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Yeah, I don't think you can target yourself with the failed thing.
Yeah, read it and make sure it doesn't say like another
Okay.
creature.
No, it says when an ally well, am I an ally to myself?
No.
Okay. Nope, can't do it then.
Yeah, don't waste it
profound.
on me. A 5 cannot possibly be saved.
No, not even with. I mean, yeah, it would just be still lower.
All right, continue.
Hey, do you guys have any paper?
Oh, I probably gave Malcolm, like, some paper.
More.
How much paper do you need?
You look behind you, look behind him, and it's like a whole bunch of crumpled up paper.
Malcolm,
need to
what's your
teach-
assignment?
We need to teach him about pencils tomorrow.
Well, my assignment was to draw a picture, and I drew this one first, and then he grabs one of them and opens it up, and it's the first one I described earlier. But I don't think he's gonna like it. He said I have to write between the lines for my name, so I don't think that this, and he points to the squished stuff on the left, is gonna make him very happy.
That's the
So-
secret, Malcolm. Get paper without lines, and then he can't get mad at you.
Well, it doesn't have lines. He says it can't have lines.
Like, then how can you write between the lines if there are no lines?
He goes wall-eyed for a second.
Proteus, gosh darn, please.
That's a genuine question. Why did he ask him to get right between the lines and then ask him to get paper with no lines? It seems an impossible task.
Maybe he misheard.
No, that's what he said.
Right.
Maybe
Okay.
I've just got to pretend there's lines there.
That
Hey,
being
but-
said, I mean, we
but
have a meeting.
Huh?
Well, speaking of writing, I think we're going to have to worry about our own, or at least, Gorvin will.
No. If you're going there, you have to at least make an attempt. Even
Yeah,
if they say you're uncool and kick you out, you have to at least come with something to prove that you're there for the right reasons.
Yeah, sorry, Dante. You're doing poems too.
Don't worry, Malcolm and I came up with something great for him. He's all covered.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, poetry is all about getting the most out of a few words. So, honestly, Malcolm might do the best.
Oh my
In that
gosh.
whole Dead Poet Society, maybe I can draw a few things from.
Yeah, from your scriptures. You know death better than anyone else.
Considering their disposition, something tells me a poem about death probably would be up their alley.
Let's just hope I can find enough flowery language. Or something, as they said, profound.
I'm probably just gonna go with something basic like a haiku.
All right. Well, while you guys are doing that, I think I'll make use of our time by talking to Professor Eric Ellis. There's one question I have to give anyway, so let's see how his patient works for random people that walk in his room that never showed up to any of his lectures before.
Okay, but while you're there, try to get an idea of what he's like. You might be better at that than me, because I want to draw something that he's gonna like. And do you think he'd like a picture of his family? He had a picture of his family on his desk.
Um. This hurts me. I don't think I can get something like that for you. I can try to remember something, but
Oh,
I
I
can't be
already know what
discreet
the pic.
enough to get anything concrete from there.
Okay.
Not while he's there.
I'll just try to remember what they look like. And he goes back to his little drawing.
Okay.
I think said we're just going to leave Malcolm here in the dorm. It sounds like.
All right. And
Well, no, I think it's just
You guys need to do
No, wait, no,
your
he's coming with
poems
us. Excuse me.
too. The three of you need to do poetry. That I'm just trying to fill in for time while that's going on.
I guess we'll
Get
stay here
to-
and write our poems.
Yeah, I should be back probably before you're done, to be honest.
all right. Yeah, sure. You can go down to the lower level. To the library is locked, but you can get through this side.
Yep. We're going around the other way.
Yeah.
Where's the lower level?
I don't know. Oh, you're right here. Oop. And yeah, you wind up at his classroom door. What do you do?
Uh, I'll do the polite thing and knock.
Uh, as you uh, as you are about to knock, a a Corvus Squire opens the door, and she looks. She's dressed in black robes. Uh, and she's a little shocked when she sees you about to knock, and she just gives you kind of a light smile. She says, "Excuse me."
Yeah, pardon me. I wanted to go talk to Professor Eric Callis.
Yes, well, I shall not stand in your way.
Okay. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but because I know this is how things go, I'm going to keep an extra like close watch on my items as we pass each other because I know that that's a thing of theft.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll let you do a perception at advantage if you think she's gonna steal from you.
I do believe it. Well, it is technically above a 10. However, it is not good enough to alter fate, I'm pretty sure.
Now I'm gonna do something here. I'm like gonna assume she's doing what you think she's doing, and I'm just gonna roll it, and I'm just gonna say she walks by you. And she leaves out that door.
Okay. Yeah. All right then. I've got a plan for this if things went the way I hope they didn't.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess the door is open. Is there an Eric Ellis in there?
It's sort of that situation where it seems like she was leaving his classroom and they were maybe in a conversation or something, and he didn't really notice you at the door, and he's just sitting there writing on some papers.
Okay, well, I'll knock on the door even though it's already open.
His head looks up. This unreadable looking Delphox just turns his head with his spectacles on it, and he says, "Yes? Who are
Hi,
you?"
Professor. Is it okay if I came and asked a question about a peculiar spell?
Come in.
All right, meow.
I haven't seen you in any of my classes.
No, I don't think I've signed up for any. However, in other studies, I've had a curious run-in with the spell legend lore, and I was wondering what are the boundaries of the things that a caster can learn from it. If you're aware of someone's family, for example, could you learn things about their family without having met them before?
That's a very specific question. I would like to know the intent before I tell you anything.
Well,
You should
let's just
know.
say someone has known a little bit too much about me than for my liking. And I was wondering if that was a possible way they could have done this after running across this spell in existence.
When I was with the Academy, divination was not my wheelhouse. I believe Professor Soulshade would be able to help you more than I could with a spell like that. But I do know several divination spells can do this, not just legend lore. Legend lore pertains to historical events and famous in whatever context that may mean. Again, I ask you, what does a student wish to know about this spell? I ask this of every student who approaches me about these things.
Well, to be honest, partially I wanted to see if I could use it to uh, learn things that might not be available in our archives. But also, yes, I again was trying to figure out how someone might have procured some personal information of mine that I thought peculiar that they would be able to find at all.
Well, I just find it strange, as a student like you, as yourself, should know divination isn't a school we have not cracked yet.
Yeah, well, that's why, well, well, the person in question is not of the academy. They're a monoborn outside of it.
Hmm.
That's why I wanted to ask a monoborn about such things because I don't know exactly the difference between how that works in our artificery. There's minute differences between the execution of one versus the other that might render different results.
Pub quiz. What is the other school that we don't teach here?
Hmm. If I were to take a guess,
A guess?
yes, I suppose that the fact I have to think about it this hard would mean I've already failed.
Yes.
Enchantment.
He just kind of says to you, you don't have to worry, but I'm not going to do anything about this. But if you're going to approach me, I'm sure you know the rules.
I don't. I guess, do I actually were we warned of something like this, or is he just blindsiding me?
Do an insight check.
All right. I think that I'm decent at these. Yeah. Nah, I suck at everything.
It's whatever you think this is.
All right. Proteus will say, well, I suppose you may continue as the rules pertain, if you so choose.
What is your name?
My name is Proteus.
Interesting. Well, Proteus, I believe I've answered your question to the best of my capabilities, or what I am allowed to indulge you with.
Yes. I guess Proteus will try to sneak a glance at the table, see if Malcolm was accurate in his descriptions of it or not.
Um, it appears you don't see any pictures here. There's just a he. I'll give you a. Well, you don't need to do a check for this. You can just clearly see he's marking test sheets and papers. Most probably student submitted.
Yeah. And
And he's giving
Proteus
them.
will,
I will give you a perception check for something though here pertaining to those.
okay. Uh, nice.
Yeah, okay. He's marking some sheets.
All right. Well, Proteus will just nod and say, uh, do I have permission to leave then?
I never gave you permission to come in the first place. So you may leave.
All right. Uh, and then Proteus will leave then and return to the main group.
All right. That probably didn't take very long to do. You just had
Yeah.
probably like 10, 15 minutes ish. So,
Yeah, though I'm probably gonna look through my items when I come back if they aren't done with poetry by then.
all right. Yeah, you're back up in your room. They're maybe practicing poetry. And you go through your items, and they're all there.
All right.
Yeah, Nicholas is just trying to think through things. He's like, no, that's 8 syllables, and that's 6. Ugh, why does this have to be so hard?
Well, I'm just trying to think of anything to say here that's not going to just be too egregious. Am I
I mean,
trying too hard or not hard enough?
they might like egregious, so
Ugh.
frankly, I wouldn't put too much thought into it, though.
Here you can start with challenge your own hope. There's your first line.
Beyond that, is there anything you guys wish to do in this frame of time?
Not that I could think of.
Unless we've got enough time for maybe Dante to go check on Mr. Truancy.
Yeah, that's a Dante only job, though.
I'm just reminding him in case he forgot. If he doesn't want to do it tonight, then he don't need to.
I should still
Kind of writing over here.
I just wasn't expecting real homework.
No, see, I made the mistake of thinking I'd have time before session and then proceeded to not get any sleep yesterday.
You procrastinated your homework?
God.
Jeez.
All right, so yeah, I guess we'll kind of wait to leave at the proper time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm saying this in terms of giving you more time to come up with something. There's like nothing you wanna someone maybe wants to do around this place to for you to come up with something because you're gonna be going right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I actually
all right,
already.
guys, if you need me to run interference for your poetry homework, let me know now.
Actually, I've already got my poem ready. I'm just having Nicholas say that in universe just for the fun of it. I've actually got my poem ready.
All right.
Yeah, do you need me to run interference? Like I can do stuff for it.
Please.
Okay. So
Now you're cheating on your homework, Ice?
that's
Shut
true.
up!
I'm going to go and look for the divination teacher at this point.
I believe you already did, and it circled around.
All right.
I think you did, but if you didn't, it's just going around in circles right now.
All right. In that case, I'm going to let's see. Which teacher was so I'm trying to remember which teacher was the divination teacher. I have to go back in my notes a few sessions.
Well, the divination teacher is not here, is what Crow said.
Yeah.
That was Soulshade's the abjuration teacher.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't have a divination teacher.
yep. There's a Wait, no,
And
there is.
There's a
we don't
divine
have
theory teacher, but there's not
we
a
don't have
divination teacher.
divination or enchantment.
Right, right.
So I guess is Wolverick around?
You checked that already. It just was spinning around.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to in this case, let's see, library is closed. So there's no way to reach this classroom, right?
No. The one on the bottom left. No.
Yeah. Do the classrooms have like the teachers like names inscribed on them or the like the
Yeah.
class of study?
They do.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to just scope out the university
Okay.
because I know where the classrooms are. I just don't necessarily know who teaches them. I know these two, but this one I'd have to spy through like this window to like get an angle on the. Well, I guess this bookshelf might be in my way, but we'll see.
Well, on the convenient map that you would find in that same bulletin board, there's kind of maps around, and you are in the student union tower. If you just want the classrooms, this is Professor Wolfric. This is Professor Eric Ellis. This is Professor Ozzy. This is Professor Nightingale. This is Professor Soulshade. And on the top floor, this is Father Nevin on the floor above you.
Man, he got the short end of the stick.
You also, seeing kind of the layout too, you notice like the dorms on above you are a lot nicer because they're private dorms.
Yeah. I guess at this point, like, is stuff like this walls, or does it, like, actually drop off into whatever the void is down here?
Could you sync the screen so I know where you are?
Uh, where's the button? Mwah. Like, are these like just straight up walls? This is the edge of the university, or is it like these are balconies overlooking whatever's blurred down there?
They're balconies, yes.
Okay.
Where do you think you would be standing to look at this?
I'd probably be near the balconies because I'm trying to scope out like potential other entry or exit points that the Poet Society might be taking.
Do a perception
Because
check
I doubt they're going through here, so
if you're standing there.
okay. It won't matter. It didn't matter.
No, it didn't.
Don't worry, guys. I rolled above a 10 this session. That's what matters most.
The fact that you're consistently getting 10 and 11 is scary.
Yeah.
It'll be good when I get an investigation check.
Are anyone else going to do anything different? Well, you still have like an hour or two left.
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
No.
I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, so you're just gonna kind of while away the 2 hours coming up with stuff.
Malcolm will probably finish his homework in that amount of time.
All right, so I'll say, how much time do you think Malcolm would get done in the span of 2 hours ish?
I must say he probably got done within an hour and a half, or am I misunderstanding the question?
Like, you have 2 hours. When did you think how long do you think he took?
Okay, it probably only took him about an hour.
All right, then you have an hour to maybe wander around if you want.
All right. Yeah, I think Malcolm, let's see, where would Malcolm go? He's probably going to walk around the flowers and watch them grow when he walks by.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna be the gardener.
Where in particular would you go?
Let's see. Malcolm would probably start by, hang on, let me sync the view.
Yeah.
He'd probably come down out here, head down this way, and start like around here, around these flowers.
All right.
And then, make his way around the perimeter.
There's
Eventually,
a nice
go up around here.
I want you to do 2 perception checks.
Okay.
Yeah. Say which one is the first and say which one is the second.
Okay. Okay, this is the first perception check right here.
Okay.
Wrong. This is the first perception check. A 20.
Okay. And the second?
And do you want me to roll the second one right now?
Yeah.
6.
Okay. As you search around, as you're just kind of walking around, maybe picking up some snacks.
Yes.
When you go over here, there are... I forgot to uncover these guys, but as you get close to them, they just kind of block this door right here.
Oh, excuse me.
They just don't move for you. But that's not what the perception check yields. Because
that's only mine.
What? And, since Proteus is kind of doing the same thing, I'll say he's here too. And as you're over here, like, accosted by these guys, what you notice is kind of on the side of this building. You don't see it at first because it's really obscured, but there are massive gash marks going up the building to a window.
Eyes narrow.
And they're huge.
Hey! Proteus? Is that normal?
I don't think so.
Which window does it go to? Does it look like it goes to ours?
It goes to the. So you would be right here, so you could maybe see Dante and Nicholas in
Okay.
the window there. But this is over here, and it's going up a floor above you.
Okay.
And it stops
Well-
at a window.
Is the window open?
The window is closed.
All
The
right.
window is fine.
The window looks fine. It's not broken or anything.
Does the trim around it look damaged at all?
It's undamaged. It's just the side of the building
Okay.
is looks like it was gashed into, and it's a very hard to reach spot as you can see it kind of drops down right there. So it seems like something did this on this side somehow, and it looks pretty big.
All right.
Where's Malcolm's token?
This stinks because these goobers are here looking at me.
I don't know where Malcolm is. Well, he might have a clone, so I'll just give you another one. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to do with that information?
Yeah, I mean, there's something I want to do. I just can't do it because these goobers are looking at me. I want to, I guess I'll say it out loud in case Quill gets an idea. I want to cast image capture at it just to be safe, but the mecha grosses are looking at me. Even though I, stuff it in like a box and stuff and try to make it look like it's an artificer thingamajig. I don't
know,
think that
man.
they would be fooled.
I don't think we should risk blowing your cover this early.
I don't think so either. But that's why I was like, I'll say what I want to do and see if you could come up with an idea to keep it safe.
Well, I know what Malcolm's gonna do. I'm gonna go tell the puppies.
Why are you telling the puppies?
Well, that looks dangerous, and they kind of protect the place, don't they?
They probably already know.
Well, maybe they don't.
I think that we should go. Which room does it lead to, I guess, is the question.
It will
One floor up.
this room right here. If
Okay, so it wasn't going after Nevinland.
so it goes after what? Hey, where's my pointer? This window right here.
Maybe we should go there and
Yeah, let's
find
go
out
have
whose
a
room that is.
let's go talk to the person.
Okay.
I have a feeling this is the shut-in, so I don't want to bring the cops down on him just yet.
All right, Malcolm will do as you say.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So the route you take. You also notice there's a swimming pool in here.
Oh, hi there. Oh no, it's gonna smell like nasty then.
It's gonna smell like chlorine.
Yeah, and you had a battle with a giant lizard that was breathing chlorine on you, but so maybe you don't like the pool so much. But yeah, you can go around here and you could see the much larger dorm rooms.
What the heck is this?
What the heck is what?
Down
This.
bottom right corner.
That's you don't know.
We've got time. Go find out.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like a sparring pit.
Okay.
This looks like a recreational kind of area when you see the swimming pool and wooden swords and
That's very interesting to have here. Okay. All right, we go and Proteus will probably have to prevent Malcolm from hitting the door,
Eh.
so he'll knock like a normal person.
All right. You hear a kind of high-pitched, nasally voice on the other side. Hello?
Hi, I'm a fellow student a door down and a floor down. I couldn't help but notice that I think that there was, well, something outside of your window.
Uh, are you gonna bully me?
That's not really my objective, no. I was more concerned that, well, I guess would that be how a bully got in here?
I, Everyone bullies me. You're probably just gonna trick me.
Why does everyone bully you?
I don't know. They just bully me.
Well, that sounds mean.
Y- You're not gonna trick me.
Nah.
Do a persuasion check.
Which one?
Well, Malcolm's the one talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Cross your fingers, boys.
you rage if you need to.
Hey.
Oh no.
I'm not proficient in it.
Uh, I don't know. That's what the last guy said. They pretended to be my friend, and then they just made fun of me.
Malcolm just kind of
Wow.
looked at Proteus.
I can't say that that's a fun time, but you're not gonna find anyone that is nice to you if you don't let anyone in, or at least hear them out. Like I said, if you want to stay in there, that's fine. We were just more concerned about, again, what was going on outside of your window, and it sounds like if that's a bully, is that how they've gotten to you, or has it always just been when you leave your room?
Well, I used to have a lot more pals, but I don't know where they went. I think they went home or something. But now I've been alone, and everyone teases me, and now I'm sick because of that thing, and I just I don't want to go out.
Well, okay,
Oh,
but
you're sick? Hasn't Father Nevin helped you out in any way with that?
I haven't asked him. I only asked the faculty, and they just said I had a flu and just sent me back.
Well, I mean, I would say that Father Nevin would probably be rather helpful. You sure? I mean, if you want, we could help you go and see him.
Dante might be able to help too.
Reason why I say that is because, like, knowing about like diseases and how to cure them is kind of their forte. The rest of the faculty, well, they are just, they don't really know and they think it'll just pass. But how long has this been going on? This sickness, I mean.
Well, it happened like what, like 3 or 4 days ago when you're not responsible for that thing, right? That made me sick.
What thing?
That was a
Something made you sick?
Do a persuasion with advantage.
Okay, here we go. I'm ready for Malcolm to be the deciding factor here for me because I'm not gonna do well. Yep, 14.
14. Okay, we'll
I rolled
guidance
a 10 again, I'll have you know.
We'll guidance it.
It's now an 18.
Nice.
Okay, you're only looking for 15.
Man, I still would have failed. That's what I'm hearing.
Um, Well, you can come in if you want. I'll try to keep my distance, arm's length.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And he opens his door.
Okay.
Oh,
All
he's a
right. Well,
baby.
And so when you open the door, you see a small little Pichu. And if he didn't tell you already, he definitely looks like the kind of kid who's been bullied. He has kind of the slouched shoulders, and he's kind of his posture's off. Um, but another difference between them two is like he looks really green and almost ghoulish. Like his color is just not there. But around his room, you see these strange dice. This set of 5 dice in like their different shapes, and there's also like little depictions of Pokemon wearing like holding swords and with pointy hats on and holding bows and stuff. And there's paint next to it and paintbrushes. And there's like a bunch of books that seem like they're for some sort of game. And there's a table with almost like a battle map for like war, like for wars and stuff, but he has these like little exaggerated characters on it.
I like
like
your
he's-
number rocks.
Oh yeah, I mean, my pals used to play, but they're gone now.
Oh, I'm good at games. I won a tournament once.
Oh wow, well this isn't a game you can win. It's way different. But you know, I've lost some of my minis because you know those bullies they took some from me and like stomped on them.
Who are your bullies?
Well, there's Pluto McGowell. He's a Machop, and he just said dork, and he grabbed it from me, and then he stepped on it, and I had to glue it back together. And then when I told on him, he just denied it.
Okay. Well, if he picks on you anymore, let me know.
You will be nice to Pluto, Malcolm.
But he's mean.
Yes, but there's a way to handle mean people without becoming a mean person.
Yeah, and I've just been sick, and I haven't gone to class, and I kind of want to go back, but I don't want to make anyone sick, and I don't want anyone to make fun of me because I'm sick. I really want to go back to Professor Ozzy's applied probability and mathematical outcomes on polyhedral dynamics. A lot of
Malcolm
people
goes wall-eyed.
a lot of people say it won't apply to anything in the future, but I'm really interested in mathematical statistics with polyhedral shapes.
Well, I think we need to get you some help. You aren't looking too good.
Oh no, yeah, I've been really sick ever since that thing.
What's the thing?
Yeah.
Well, okay, well it was raining a few days ago. It's cliche to say, but it was a dark and stormy night, and then I heard something outside of my window, and so I opened it. I opened the window over there, and I looked down, and I swear it looked like a dragon climbing up the side of the building. It was green, and its claws and teeth were this iridescent color, and I thought I was dreaming at first or having a nightmare because it looked so scary. It was humongous. It was like 20 feet tall. It was climbing up the side, and when it got near me, I started feeling sick, and then I fell down, and then I just woke up, and I was really sick.
And your friends weren't there when you came to? They were just gone?
My friends disappeared a while ago before this happened. They were giving me the confidence to There's this girl I really like. Her name is Linda, and everyone says I have no chance with her because what did they say? They said I had to be awake to have any chance with her, and I don't know what that means. I'm awake a lot of the time.
Well, I think what they mean by that is they want you to be more attentive to like the things around you and her.
Oh, okay. Well, she's gone on she went on a field trip or something. Maybe I can impress her when she gets back. But yeah, that's what happened, and I've just been sick. I went to the teachers, but then they said they just had a flu, so I've just stayed away from going to classes so I don't get anyone sick. I swear, you believe me, right? It was like a big green dragon climbing the side of my...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me here, hold out your hand to me. I'm not a doctor, but I think if what you're describing to me is accurate, I might be able to tell relatively quickly.
I also smelled chlorine, and I thought it was from the pool, but then it was like really, really strong. Now I can't smell anything because I got sniffles.
Yeah, that is how it goes. And more or less, Proteus is gonna see if he can look him over with, see if he's affected by poison from either a green dragon or a one of the spells that he's like picked up.
I will let you do an Arcana. I would say medicine, but since you're doing it this route, I'll say Arcana.
Okay.
Boom.
29. It finally broke above an 11.
Oh my god.
He is definitely poisoned by that kind of nature that you're thinking of.
Yeah. Well, from what I've been learning at the school is certain things are of different origins. I think you should see Father Nevin. He's just down the hall after all.
Oh,
Actually, is he? Does the compass spin when I say the words Father Nevin and point down the hall?
it spins around in circles.
Oh, I guess he's not here. We should take him to Dante.
Oh, I don't want to leave my room. I don't want
We should bring Dante to him.
Okay, Malcolm, why don't you go get Dante and bring him here, and I'll stay with you here just to make sure that you're safe for the time
Okay.
being while we get someone who can help.
Okay. So you're going to go get Dante.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. And I'll maybe make small talk, talk to him about what colors he picks for his stuff or something like that.
What colors he picks for?
The minis.
Oh, yeah, you really want them to pop off, so I use a technique called dry brushing. That's when you, like, wet the brush with some paint and some water, then you brush it off, and then you do, like, little swift jabs like this. It's what I've been doing ever since I was sick. All right.
Yeah. And he'll just kind of keep, trying to keep talking to him about his interest to kind of keep him from like freaking out and get him to calm down.
All right. Back in the poetry room, Malcolm comes back after a good 20 minutes.
Thump.
Yeah, Dante will just move to the door and open it.
Hi, Dante.
Malcolm, you really need to have a better way of opening doors.
Okay, I need Dante. There's a sick guy.
This guy are sick.
Yeah, some guy is sick. He's a little guy. He's like this. He's yellow. Come on, Dante.
Well, it's a good thing I finished my poem. This
Yeah, that's true. He's not. He's a shade of yellow, just not.
This is maybe the figure you talked about earlier. And
need
yeah,
me?
he's gonna
Do you need
follow
me?
Malcolm.
Al, I was gonna ask, do you need me to come along?
Well, maybe, but he's kind of nervous. Like, it was really hard for Proteus and me to get in his room. He wouldn't let us in at first.
Fair enough.
All right, so you come back with Dante in tow.
All right. And Proteus will say, "This is one of Father Nevin's TAs. His name is Dante, and Dante, he, from what I can tell, has the effect of, I think, a certain poison ivy nearby, and you know how I think you can help cure those, right? You helped us with it in the past when I got stung by one.
Although it wasn't poison ivy, it was a dragon.
Yeah, Proteus, how'd you forget so soon?
Dante just kind of looks to the other two with a bit of shock, and it's like, wait, that couldn't.
Proteus just trying to be discreet. Other two are like, no, no, no.
And I wish I'd known I'd need something like this. And he starts looking the Pichu over and just like,
Yeah.
oh goodness, this is
Yeah, he looks
this is a level.
very sick.
You really should have talked to Father Nevin beforehand. This is looks like this is developed very fast, and it's. Can I do a medicine check to even like figure out like is he actively getting worse?
Yeah, you can do a medicine check.
Realize I bleeded asking if I could do a check. My bad.
That's okay.
4. Well, guidance. Ugh. We are not rolling hot today. That's only a 16.
Well, 16's good enough to assess this. You could tell he's not getting worse, but he's probably not getting better until he gets some form of like poison cleansing.
It's a good thing I have lesser restoration prepared. And I'll go ahead and use that on him here. Just hopefully if lesser restoration actually does something, that is.
Yeah, you put your hand on him, on his hand, and you focus the power, and the energy kind of leaves your fingertips and it crawls up his arm, and he begins turning brighter, just like the very muted colors he had before and sunken in eyes begin like clearing up until he's like he gives one last sniffle. He's like, "Oh wow, I could talk again." Well, thanks a bunch. I thought everyone you were coming to bully me, but this is like the best thing ever. I feel great. I still feel like a little funny in the stomach. You know, after you're sick and you still feel that. You still feel a little icky after. I still feel that, but for the most part, I feel a lot better.
Well, it seems it wasn't just any sickness, but I'd say your little story about the dragon, I would say, yeah, it might have poisoned you.
Yeah, the thing is,
So I don't
I
don't think you'd be getting over that.
It didn't go anywhere close to me. That's the thing. It was like 30 feet away, and like I started feeling it and just fainted. It's like I rolled a nat 1 in a con saving throw.
Did it breathe anything at you?
No.
Just went past you. That was it.
Well, it was climbing up the side of the. He opens the window. Like, you could see the marks, and it was climbing up the side. And you could see, yeah, there's claw marks that go up to his window and then stop. And then I fainted, so I don't know what happened after that.
Did you tell the
That's-
puppies about it? About these, I mean, and he points down to the marks.
Yeah, I pointed to those, but they just said it was. They said it was. They didn't even know it was there before.
Oddly deliberate that it stops there. Bigger concern is why something like that shows up on campus and doesn't get noticed.
And why'd it go after you?
It was storming that night, so maybe that's why not many people saw it, and it was pretty loud. It was booming pretty hard.
Did you lose any of your belongings when it came up here, or?
No, everything seems to be in order except the ones the bullies broke. I have everything.
Guys, do we have the mending cantrip anywhere?
Yes.
You know what I want you to do.
Okay.
Problem is that's magic.
No, it's not. I have the Mendapillar.
No.
And
Oh wow, is that a Mandapillar?
yeah, I can fix up one of your things here, but you're sure it didn't like come for anything in this room, painting supplies or anything like that?
No, I made sure I had everything. When I woke up, my window was still open. It just I couldn't see anything that was gone.
Well, if you see anything like that again, make sure to let us know right away. We're at the rooms down there.
Okay.
Might have just been climbing up to get altitude and just flew away.
You could just tell me your names, and that's how I. Can
Oh,
tell.
yeah. I'm Malcolm McFluff.
Okay, I'll remember that. You know, not many people give me their names, so I can't find them with this. And he pulls out his like little talisman.
What's your
Yeah.
name?
Figgery Finn.
Figgery.
Yeah, and I'm Proteus, and as we said before, this is Dante, was TA Father Nevin.
Okay, I'll remember your names. If you know one more person, we could get together and we could run a game. You ideally want to do it with 4 people.
Well, maybe, though I have a lot of extracurriculars that I take up with my time here. And also, I'm interested to see how this came to be. I mean, it's just an interesting situation to say the least.
Well, I won't be opening my window anymore. That's for sure. Even if it gets stuffy, I think it's best if I keep it closed, in case that happens again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see what we can learn about the dragon. I still think that you should visit Father Nevin. We'll probably talk to him a little bit as well, just to make sure there aren't any other underlying effects that we may have missed out on.
All right. Well. Thank you, Butch. I didn't expect this today, and maybe I'm ready to go back to classes tomorrow.
Yeah,
I have
just go.
I have some builds I want to test the DPR for.
Yeah, just go slow and steady. And does he have any D4s?
Yes, he has it. He has like a bunch actually. He has like a bunch on a table.
And Seems like there are potential deterrents to people that want to step on your things that you can employ. He just gestures to those. He's just like, "You have a metal one."
Oh yeah, I have a lot of metal ones. I don't use them because they dent my table. I need a I'm actually need a I need a mat or something.
Yeah, well, if the bully wants to step on your stuff, you could happen to just drop one of those under his foot beforehand. It'll protect your mini, and it will also give you good catharsis.
But he might beat me up if I hurt him.
But you dropped it. It was an innocent mistake.
Um.
I guess.
Okay.
Well, either way, the thing is if he does bodily harm, then you have evidence against him. Before they just took him at his word, but now he's causing problems, and they don't want that.
Yeah, and if he hurts you, Dante can just fix you. Dante's really good at that.
Okay. That was great. Whatever you did, that made me feel so much better. It's like I got a long rest.
Glad I could do something to help.
Well, I think I'm gonna paint some more. I was painting a dragon, but I don't think I want to paint dragons anymore.
Okay, we've got somewhere we gotta go to, so, bye.
Bye. Bye, Malcolm.
Yeah. Well, have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Yeah, glad we were able to figure out what was going on.
And so you leave his room, and he looks a lot better now. And you mayhaps go back to your room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you left Nicholas alone. So there he is.
Yeah.
No, hey, you guys are back.
We made a friend.
Good to hear.
Do you want to play a game with him?
Uh,
He says we need 4 people.
Before we continue on, he's gonna look over to Proteus and just sort of motion to the door.
Yeah, I'll ward the door, put that beautiful lock on it.
Okay, it's up. There's this kind of this this transparent barrier goes over it.
So we may have
Okay.
a certain green dragon that's showed up at campus.
What?
Well, what he thought was a green dragon. To be
You saw the
fair,
gash marks and
well, more
also the
like
fact
I
that he
saw
was
the
sick.
minis. He seems to be well antiquated with their biology on a basic level. But
Ignoring the minis and such, though, I mean, you saw the gash marks on the walls and the fact that he was poisoned.
well, there's also the fact that there are illusions taught at this school. The other thing is we also know that they have mechanisms that can easily do something like that. We've already fought one that was just straight up a robot, not an actual dragon.
Yeah, and it didn't even breathe on him.
Yeah, it did have the poisonous aura to it. That's something to consider. But at the same time, we also know that it's not the only possibility. We know of at least 2 dragons. The second
That's
one, I don't think would do something like this unless it would be to attempt, unless it was a murder plot to try to oust Ivy, though. I think he would be a little bit more conspicuous than this.
I don't I don't know. I wouldn't suspect Ivy at least yet, but
It's still very much a case that it's
yeah.
suspicious.
Well, it's
Yeah.
possible when she's in her true form, things happen and she was just trying to travel around, got knocked down here by the storm, climbed up, and then flew away.
Certainly possible. I can't. Was there anything about the person that made you think, like, gave you a reason to suspect he'd be a target or anything like that?
He's a guy that likes math rocks, dude. There's no reason anyone would want to go after him.
Just a polite kid.
Hmm. This is
My
concerning.
guess is that he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. The getaway just happened to take place near him while the window was open.
Certainly possibility,
That
but
being said, though, he said most of his friends had disappeared also.
Yeah, it's them that we would need to learn more about.
well, see, here's the thing. We know they've removed research materials on dragons, and a dragon potentially appeared, so I'd say there's nothing we know for sure yet, but that's we may need to keep this in mind as a possibility for later.
Well, things definitely are not looking good for our Rose raid.
Yeah. We'll need more evidence before confrontation first, but perhaps our epoch worm wasn't exactly spitting smoke after all. Still, like we said, we'll investigate more on that first before we fully reach any conclusions. At the very least, your friendship with the guy might get us to learn more about his friends, that's the other missing students, and that foot in the door should greatly benefit us.
Yeah. I guess the only other thing about it is why would he go to us instead of the murder, other than our odds of success against her are probably higher. It's just the fact that if the murder were an option, they were right here the entire time. Why wouldn't he go to them first to try to take her out?
Well,
We were
maybe,
probably the closest to Hemlock, but
yeah, I was just about to say, maybe just specifically because you were you were convenient against Hemlock, and you decided, well, you succeeded against Hemlock, may as well continue using you. I don't know.
Hey guys,
eh,
what time is it?
You got about an hour, 45 minutes left before they wanted to meet.
Okay.
Shockingly slow day.
Anyways, we'll keep all this information in the back of our minds for now. I don't think there's much else we can really do about that at the moment. I've just about got my poem ready, so unless there's something else you guys want to do, we should just rest up and get ready to go.
You say rest up as in a short rest or just as a flavor thing?
I don't think we need a short rest mechanically, so
Okay.
I just mean more for flavor.
All right. Well, the time has come. It strikes at 8 o'clock.
All right, let's go. Proteus, be careful sneaking around and stuff. Try and keep an eye on us as best as possible.
Yeah, Proteus is more or less gonna tail behind them, but he's gonna obviously be using his stealth to make sure that no one sees them. Are like the students like gathering in the courtyard before they leave or something?
Yes.
Yeah, so Proteus will more or less make sure that the team is like with them and that they like start moving before he ever starts changing positions. He's gonna definitely trail behind him.
All right. You see at the kind of gates of the school, you see the four Pokemon gathered there, and they see Nicholas and Dante approach, and Malcolm, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Hopefully, I've got something good for tonight.
Don't worry, Maestro. I know you will pass this initiation.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty confident here.
All right, let's go. We might get in trouble for this. Are you willing to take that risk?
I already said I was, and haven't changed my mind.
All right.
Wait, we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Don't worry. Trouble is just a construct.
I don't know what that means.
Good and bad don't exist.
What?
No, don't worry about it, Malcolm.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's go. And they begin taking you through the city out the gate. And they go down the pathway and go into the woods. Proteus, I'll need a stealth check from you to tail them.
Okay, how high do I have to get?
I'll tell you when you get it.
Okay, fair enough. The second question is what is the lighting right now? Is it dim or dark?
It's dark. It's 8 o'clock.
Well, mechanically, is it dim light or is it like dark light?
Okay, so it's gonna be dim light on when you're kind of leaving the city, but they have a lantern with them, so it's gonna
Yeah,
be
well,
dark in the forest.
yeah. So am I making the check right now in the city or in the forest?
This will be in the city first, so it's like dim light. You're kind of
Okay, so my minimum roll is 15 on a natural one.
okay. Then yeah, you pass. Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't need to roll a 10 for this one.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say you can tail them, no problem.
Yeah, I was mostly
Actually, I'm gonna
asking.
have you roll it because they are maybe gonna turn around and look around,
Yeah, so
just to because they're being a little cautious.
so
Okay,
my city roll is a
Oh.
30,
yeah, and then the forest
and
roll.
then the forest roll is 38.
Higher. Oh
Yeah,
my
God.
there's no way they can get that, even if they're looking around. All right. Yeah, sure. So they take you through the woods, and it's like, don't worry, we know the place. And they kind of you're trudging through the woods with the with the crackle of kind of leaves below your feet, and the night sounds you hear in the distance of the forest. You hear a few crickets chirping,
No, if it's crickets, then we're
and
hearing
then
diddly
you
whoop.
and then you they eventually lead you to this small, almost like little campsite where you can tell there has been a fire, but there's a tree stump there. There's two actually, and these four Pokemon. There's a log overturned that you can sit on. There's actually two of them, and then there's a stump where they place their bullseye lantern, and there's a stump that is in front of them, kind of overlooking everything. And the Skorupi says, "All right, this is the place. Here,
Better pick the
I'll give you one to give you a bit of an appetizer of what we're looking for here. This one is called, the Scropy goes up on the stump and he says, this one is called Untitled, because what's the point? A boulder rolls up then down, forever trapped, a fool, a clown. But at least he knows his fate, you see. I wake each day a mystery. Thank you. They all snap their fingers. And Gel says, wow, that's real deep. That's what we're looking for here.
Alright, gotcha.
Gel says, actually, I'll go next.
Go right ahead.
This one is called Existence is a Tax. I did not ask to be alive, and yet the debt I must contrive. Time demands, the world insists, and all I do is just exist. Thank you. All right. Which one of you rookies wants to go first? See if you're up to it.
Yeah, I think we'll save the best for last, so I'll wait till last personally.
That confident in yourself. Admittedly, I never came up with a title for this, so I apologize, but
Oh, they shake their heads. Title's the best part.
perhaps my writing might do better. And he takes his spot and stands and from here to the other side, what lies beyond? Are we embraced by sweet nothings, or do we move on to our second act? Do we find ourselves wrapped by that blanket of nothing? Will it be a comforting warmth or an unforgiving cold? If we arrive behind another curtain, will it be met with thunderous applause, or will the stands be empty? Or will we find something else entirely?
I want to give you an advantage and +5 to performance, because this is like what they're looking for here.
Darn, you might actually beat me.
Oh my gosh. +5 to performance. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I had a feeling this is what they were looking for, but you're kidding me.
They all
Wait, no, that's completely wrong. Excuse me. That is 24.
yeah, they all start snapping their figures. Looks like you understand the meaningless of life and our fight against the corporations and the institution you're in.
And then he just kind of glances back over to Nicholas.
You did pretty all right.
Well, I'm ready to get my socks knocked off.
Oh, I was gonna let Malcolm go first, but
Oh, okay. Malcolm rolls over to the stump and hops up on it. I call this one Dream. Grass is green. Malcolm eats grass. Grass and Malcolm. The grass sleeps. Happy Malcolm.
I want you to do a performance at disadvantage just because you said the word happy.
15.
oh my gosh!
They you hear you don't hear any of the snapping, but it kind of slowly starts up and not as resounding as Dante. I it didn't rub me the right way, but I think there's some meaning in there. Just how small we are in the grand scope of the universe, how insignificant and meaningless our lives are. Was that what you were going for?
Kinda. I mean, it's more like the best things in life are when you're sleeping, because that's when all the
Yeah.
good stuff
When you're
happens.
dead, you're right. When you sleep forever. The eternal
Yeah,
rest. Yeah.
and you get to go into the rock garden.
Yeah, the rock garden. Your life, just become a rock. You're nothing. You're nobody. There's nothing waiting for us beyond but just the void you're in.
I did it, guys.
Finally,
All right.
the Poet Society shall judge you.
I'm waiting for you to roll horribly on this.
I'm waiting for myself to roll horribly too, but we'll see. All right. So Nicholas takes out his loot a little. He walks up to the stump, and with each line he plays a small minor chord, and he says, cradling every scar, singing each pain into the wind, till I own my song.
Uh, it was a little short, so I would have given you advantage for the theme, but I'll just have it be a straight roll.
Okay, well, or straight roll, not even
No,
performance,
it's
or
it's performance, but just with not with advantage or disadvantage or anything.
okay. All right. 18. Well, okay, my roll wasn't terrible.
Uh, she says, Gel says, yeah, the scars that we bear in life are haunt us for the rest of us. Our scars are what remind us the cruelty and the pain of life that are inflicted on us by the Mon. We live every day bearing these and no one understands us. Didn't exactly
Yeah.
knock my socks off, but I think you're in too.
Neat.
All right. You could sit in. We have some more prepared. You can you can you can listen to this as we get around here and meet up every week. We haven't been caught sneaking in after curfew. So hopefully you three can keep up. And
Yeah. Sure, we'll be fine.
what's basically going to happen now is they're just going to individually start going up and just reciting this really nihilistic, depressing poetry. Like you hear the word darkness a lot, you hear the word
And then
pain a lot.
They're gonna then completely misconstrue its meaning.
Yeah. And then the ones that totally didn't mean that meaning, or it's like, yeah, that's totally what it was. And Proteus, you're going to be watching this, right?
Firelight might. Oh,
I'm more surveying the area around this more than listening and paying attention to them themselves.
Okay. I will say you're hidden from no one knows where you are right now. And so I will let you do a perception check while you're kind of just where do you think you would be hiding in the woods?
I'd probably take whatever high ground I could get that would still be obscuring me if someone would look at me like a bush or something.
Uh would you mean a high ground is in climbing a tree?
More or less like if there's like a rock or something, and have something like that to climb up on, survey around, and hide behind.
There are no rocks. There's just kind of a lot of big trees foliage you can kind of hide around.
Yeah, then I'd have to. Yeah, then I'd be hiding around that stuff because there's no like one place where I get like good vision, I suppose, right?
There, for surveying the forest, no, unless you climbed a tree. But you can keep an eye on them. Like they'll be in your eye shot because they have a bullseye lantern sitting on a stump right now. But the rest of the forest, you could definitely survey the area, and you have pretty good dark vision, so you can have a good eye of about 120 feet around you.
Yeah, well, it is with that area I am most concerned, so
Okay.
that's the area I wish to be surveying.
All right. And as you kind of hear this really horrible poetry, I'll let you do a perception check.
14.
So a bit into the night, um, you over the sound of the readings going on, you hear crunching, very soft, of leaves. And it sounds like it's shuffling.
Okay. I'm gonna try to creep towards it, like from tree to tree, making sure to try to stay hidden.
All right, do a stealth roll.
All right. That's a 21 on a natural 2.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Um, just a second here. Your vision is 120 feet. Wow, you can just see the whole map. Here, and I gotta do this. Alright. Alright, so you guys can't see Proteus anymore, right?
Right.
Right.
Correct.
Alright.
I don't know if they ever could see me after they met with the poets.
Yeah. Alright. So, you begin, or you're going towards the sound, kind of weaving between trees, right?
Yeah, my objective is to, you know, get vision of it.
Alright. Well, with your stealth roll, you got over 15. You're hidden. You you kind of creep between the trees and the bushes and the various stumps throughout the woods, and you go towards the source of this shambling, and your eyes meet with a very horrifying sight. The source of the shambling, and you know there's two of them, are these creatures. Half of them almost look ghoulish and like undead and zombie like, to the point where they're not responsive. Like half of them is not responsive, and they look like Pokemon, but the other half of them, it's kind of melding together. There's green scales and enormous claws that are grafted to parts of them. Like one of their arms are like a large green scaly claw. They have large fangs, and like they're the half of them that looks like normal Pokemon, the fur's like falling off, and the flesh looks very sallow again, like zombies, like undead creatures, and that part of them is just like not responding. It's like they're just kind of lulled while this draconic half of them is expressive and animated, and they're shambling, and half of them is shambling in a zombie like manner, while the other half is like fully moving like a predatory, and they are going towards this camp. What do you do?
All right. Okay, so they're decently far apart.
Yeah, these deformed, almost undead, draconic monstrosities.
Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, this is probably the best thing I can do to really save the fellas nearby. So when he gets within throwing distance of me, I'm gonna huck the last of my alchemist fire at him, so that way it'll light up the forest and they can see what's coming their way.
Okay. We are going to roll initiative, and I'm going to give these things disadvantage. Only Proteus is going to roll initiative. You have advantage, and they have disadvantage.
Could you repeat that?
They only Proteus is going to roll initiative. Proteus
Okay.
and them are Proteus is going to have advantage. They're going to have disadvantage.
Ah, there it is. There's my good old friend 10. He's back again.
Dude, what is with Parser?
Okay, well they got an 8.
The important thing is it turned into a 10 from a 2.
Okay, so you're going to be the first to act here.
All right. Is he within the throwing range?
It should have the range on there.
Um, Alchemist fire is oh it's in the description. It's 20 feet.
You'd have to get a little closer.
Okay. Would this tree shield me from his line of sight?
Yeah, yeah, it would. But
Okay,
you're gonna
yeah.
use some movement to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 10 feet. It was here-ish,
yeah.
10 feet. And then when we huck the fire,
All right, so it's an attack roll with an improvised weapon
um,
using your
you
dex.
the target must succeed a dexterity saving throw of 8 plus your dex plus proficiency or take d4 fire damage and start burning.
Okay, so it just makes a saving throw.
Well, the important thing is even if he succeeds, the grass is on fire.
Yeah, I'll do that. 11.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a failure. I don't think I have to do anything for that.
Okay.
Because 8 plus 3 alone is 11, so.
Yeah, but you are also revealed when you do this.
Um. mm,
To these guys, and these guys can't see you, I don't think. Yeah, you're too far away.
Yeah.
And
Would I?
he's going to take some damage, right?
Yeah.
And he's burning.
Would I be able to Misty Step away from this situation?
Yeah, that's a bonus action.
More or less, I want to, even if they see the back side of me, I want it to be for a split second so they question if I was there or not.
Well, if you misty
It'll
step, they won't know where you went, depending on how their dark sight is, right?
Okay, so would I have the opportunity to just go and hide again? Like, I guess, how much light is this gonna give off when I hit him on fire?
I'll say it exudes 10 feet from him.
Okay, so it's enough for me to, I think, move around and try to hide again.
Yes. I will.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll keep commit to chucking it. Also, I don't know if we're allowed should be seeing their HP or not.
Well, you can see their HP.
Okay.
Yeah. There. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay. That was 10, and then so that'll be 25, and then I'll cunning action hide.
All right. Do a stealth roll. And how much damage is he taking from the fire?
He's 4,
4.
but he's also on fire, so
All right. And how
and
much?
that's gonna keep happening every time his turn rolls around.
I don't have a burning thing, so that's something I need to add later.
He's charmed.
Yeah.
What?
That's the burning.
Okay.
All right. All right.
He's
And
charmed by fire.
yeah, he's on fire as he lets out these like horrible moans that inhuman moans or in Pokemon moans. This thing like used to be a poliwag. Okay, but yeah, you are hidden. Or well, do the roll.
Yeah, in case
Yeah.
anyone wants to find me. 36.
He's not finding you. Okay, and so I'm gonna have them go. Uh, it just starts lumbering forward, unaware of where you are. And I want everyone to roll initiative. And the poet society is like, oh, someone's here! Scatter! And they look like poised to run, not seeing what's after them yet. They see a glow, but they don't. It's so obscured by the trees they don't see what it is yet.
Okay.
Right.
Oh. Seems the luck is rubbing off.
Oh boy.
Six.
4, 6, 8.
Oh my gosh.
The important thing is, I think Nicholas might go before them.
And
I
I'm gonna
think so.
I'm gonna run the students at just a straight d20 roll. So they're going at 7. I can just use Gel here.
Nicholas got an 8. Do you want to go by Dex, or do you want to just give me the choice?
We can go by Dex.
Okay, Nicholas has a +3.
You win.
Okay.
All right. Proteus, I will give you kind of another turn. And I want you to do a perception check. This is free. This is not your action.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Yeah, you can take your turn.
All right. So yeah, I think that my overall goal here will be to do damage. So yeah, well, I can't really leave a trail of myself either, I suppose. So I'm going to cast.
What's all of your dark visions?
60 feet.
60 feet.
non-existent.
Okay.
Wait, did we get you goggles of dark
Oh wait,
vision?
yeah. Excuse me.
So everyone's 60 feet.
60 feet. Oh,
They're not close enough for that. Not yet. Yeah, I'll hit him with Phantasmal Force, this same one here.
Okay. So it's going to do a saving throw, correct?
I make an attack roll with
Oh,
Phantasmal Force.
right. I was
Well, I guess I'm hidden, so I have advantage.
yeah, you are hidden.
Dirty 20.
That'll hit it.
All right, and then it does d6 damage, and so it's 2 force damage. He's vexed. So we do it again for another dirty 20
That'll hit.
for 4 more force damage. Vexed again, and then I'm going to go to just tree/log area here and hide.
Okay. Do
That is okay.
yep. Do a stealth roll.
37.
Yeah,
gosh.
you're hidden.
Okay. My turn is done.
Okay, then we are gonna go to Nicholas up here.
Okay. So I can see these shambling things coming towards us, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Well, you see a light. You kind of gotta get kind of in view of it from behind the trees. Like you can you can see it, but you can't kind of see what it is without getting closer.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Can you see it better now, or?
I'll say it has a little tiny bit of cover from the tree.
Well, I'm less focused on like.
Yeah,
I'm not attacking.
yeah. You could see it from where you were, but it's just cover and like the clarity of what it is in question there.
Okay. Can from where he was, can he tell that these aren't like these are like these weird monstrous things and not Pokemon? Is mostly what I'm asking.
If you're trying to identify them from that place, like right now, it's just kind of noise and just kind of figures in the shadow. Because dark vision is only in shades of gray, so you can't really make fine details out. So I would have you do a perception check to fully see it. Otherwise, you have to move closer to them.
Well, I guess to be devil's advocate, he is on fire, so if there
Yeah,
would be color there.
yeah, that is true. But he's kind of obscured by trees and stuff, so that's what I mean.
Hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah, you can definitely now you could like see that one.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So yeah, Nicholas sees this monstrous thing, and he's gonna call back to the poet's side and say, "Whatever these things are, they ain't the authority or anything. I think we got monsters lurking. Don't scatter. If you do, they might pick you off from the trees."
what's your intent here?
Basically, to tell the poet society to not run away and to stay close.
Okay. They you will have to do a persuasion roll for that.
Yep, I figured about as much.
Yeah. This will be your action, I will warn you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I can't. I'd have to dash to get close enough anyway. So
Actually, I won't make it your action. This is kind of just talking.
okay.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, that was the check I set. Is 15. So they say, well, I don't want to get caught. If you're saying it's what you say it is, you can deal with it, right?
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Okay. Yeah, you're still free to act.
All right, then. With his main action, and I checked just to make sure because this wasn't like something that could I mean, granted, I'm probably well. Anyways, he is going to prepare to cast True Strike when one of these shambling mounds gets within melee of him.
Okay.
Like mountains, you mean?
Sorry,
You
what?
dragonoids.
What? You know what I mean.
They're
Okay.
two entirely different things.
I wasn't meaning the monster. I was meaning that they're shambling mounds of stuff.
Continuing. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, that's our. Yeah, Dante's within. Dante's close enough. He is going to give Dante Bardic Inspiration
Okay.
with his and that's action, bonus action, and movement, or prepared action in any case.
All right. We will go to their turns. The flaming one. They're gonna gang up on you, Nicholas.
No.
When does the alchemist fire go off?
Let me go look at the burning condition. It's at the start of the turn.
All right. So how much? I guess you're gonna roll a d4, aren't you?
Yeah, unless you want, he can spend his action to stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
He takes 1 fire damage.
All right.
All right.
He's not gonna do that. What they are gonna do is
Well, I
yeah,
have my ready action.
yeah, you can do that.
All right. 22.
That will pit. Which one are you hitting? The one on.
Whichever one technically, my ready was whichever one came in first.
It would probably be that one because that one was closer.
Yeah, then yeah, I'm hitting that one.
All right.
Okay. Uh, 15 radiant damage.
All right. It lets out a guttural moan as you see, like, again, like half of it is like dead but still moving, but it's like the eyes are just unblinking, while the dragon half is alive. All right. But they are going to go in for some multi-attacks.
Alright. Fortunately, I used my reaction, but I'll hopefully be fine.
Actually, instead, they're going to... you see their stomach begin to retch. And they just...
Boomer!
They breathe... not even breathe. They regurgitate. They both regurgitate this corrosive acid in a 30-foot cone.
No.
Wow, okay, they really don't
That's
like me,
nasty.
apparently.
Dante.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh no!
Dante's...
I mean,
So it's dex saves for Dante and Nicholas.
well, I don't know if this one could hit Dante and
Oh yeah, because he has to kind of...
Nicholas.
So he's gonna aim
So
it
he
at...
can do like that.
Yeah, he's gonna aim it at just Nicholas, who's in front. Or he's not gonna do it. He's just going to attack. So you only have to do the... You two have to
One
only
save.
one save, while this one is just gonna pummel you.
Okay. Alright, dex save.
It's disgusting.
17.
You pass. Dante,
Ugh, that's a fail.
what'd you get?
7.
That's okay. So, you are gonna take 12 acid damage, Dante, and Nicholas, you only take 6.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the burning one is just gonna, like, bear its... Only one of its arms has this enormous green scaled arm, and it's just gonna claw at you twice.
Okay.
That is going to be a dirty 20,
That hits.
and that's going to be a 13 with the other one.
13 misses.
So you are going to take 7 slashing damage and 5 poison damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh wait, that was Yeah, I did that right. All right. Yeah, so that is their turn.
Okay.
They are going to say, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" And they're just gonna kind of back away. They're gonna take the lantern too. And just kind of go back a little to just not too far. Like, you're okay with that, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Just like if they run into another one, we don't want them running past the thing and potentially getting themselves hurt.
Yeah. All right, Dante, it's your turn.
Yeah, so ow. Realizing this should be a pretty good opportunity to use this, so the range in this. They can see me, so I'm actually going to go ahead and use the bewildering robes.
Okay.
Use these yet. So that is... These two guys here need to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Let me see what they got here. All right. I'll make this uniform. The left one is the left one, and the right one is the right one. So 11 and an 8.
Okay, so they both failed then.
And what happens to
You
them?
needed 15. That means they are both dazed.
All right. So it's the kind of Tasha mind whip kind of effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the bewildered robe set
Okay.
from the
All right. Yeah. So all they can
thing.
do
So that's my main.
is action, bonus action, or move. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What else? And during the next turn, anything that's going to try to attack me will have disadvantage until the end of my next turn, I believe.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, wait, let me double check. Yeah, until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Then I will use my bonus action to probably just, yeah, I'm just going to punch the one on the left.
All right.
6. That's a 17.
That hits it.
Okay. And it takes 8 bludgeoning.
All right. As you hit it, you hit like kind of the dead polywag part of it, and it like doesn't react, but the other side of it, the draconic parts, like just yell and roar in pain.
I do not want to know what's causing this. Okay, I don't know if that's the case, if I can actually do that.
Yes, you can.
Valor Bard.
Oh, right, yeah. Is it fine if I retroactively add the Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
D8, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, one more. Oh, it's just
Okay.
sad. Okay. That'll be my turn.
All right. All right, then we're gonna go to Malcolm.
All right, he's gonna go over here. Time to activate Rage.
All right, roll that. Roll the wild magic.
For
Is
let's
it-
see, which one is
I
that?
think that's the light weapon thing.
That sounds right. Let's make sure. Yep, that's the light weapon one.
All right, so your stick, or no, your maul becomes a lot lighter.
Actually, it's the which ever one does the cleave.
Okay.
Halberd.
All right, the halberd is now light.
All right. But he's not going to attack. Instead, he's going to use his action to use the search action.
Okay, yeah.
Rage perception. Let's go.
Rage perception, that's interesting.
Huh.
Oh no! Well, that's.
You want?
Oh,
Well, I
that's
guess-
right. I can re-roll. Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll that.
All right.
A little better. Okay, so that's 7 plus 8. That's 15.
15 is what you were looking for. There's something slithering down here.
Down where?
Down here.
All right. There's something else back there, guys.
Oh, great.
That's kind of what I was expecting.
And, like, Proteus, you see it at this point.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
Malcolm points it out.
I knew that there was more than 2.
All right, I was mostly checking just to make sure something wasn't going to try to jump us from the back, but that also helps. And that is Malcolm's turn.
All right, so you see this viscous material that's kind of like trying to form. It forms like a dragon, but then it just kind of collapses, and you see like a claw come out of it, but it loses its form, and it's just going along the forest, and it's going. To dash to right there. Alright, that's all it can do. So, we're gonna go back to Proteus.
Okay.
What does Proteus do?
Okay. I think because you're an ooze, you are not a target I want to be attempting to hit. But at the same time... Wait. Hold on. I'm thinking about casting sleep, but does he wake up if he takes damage?
Yeah, if, like, something, wakes up from sleep.
Yeah. Oh man, so much for putting him asleep and having him burned to death. All right. In that case, um, how far is silent? No, I better just kill one of these guys, I guess. Nobody noticed me. All right. I'm gonna cast True Strike
All right.
so I can get the sneaky snack attack.
This tree is kind of in your way. You'd have to kind of move into position.
Okay,
here.
yeah. I can move here. I want to
Yeah.
hit the guy we've already got going down.
All right. Yep, you can do that.
Okay, and then that'll be plus a 23.
That hits him.
Okay, so then crossbows, yay, where's the interrogate? I get 2d6 from sneak attack and then 1 from true strike. 15 radiant damage.
All right, he's looking pretty hurt.
All right, and would this be a valid place to go next
To hide?
for hiding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't really see you.
Okay. Then I shall go there to continue hiding.
All right.
33.
Yep, you're hidden. All right. To Nicholas.
Okay, so 2 questions. First off, are we out of their sight from the lantern?
It has 40 feet, so yes, you are.
Okay,
They can't even really make out what's going on.
cool. Second, Dante's thing causes daze. You said they could only do an action, a movement, or a bonus action. Does that mean they don't have reactions?
Does it say anything about reactions on that thing, Dante?
I just looked back into the thing, and you specifically said the dazed is the Tasha Mind Whip effect. So
Yeah, then they wouldn't have a reaction.
Okay,
Wait.
cool.
Let me just double
yeah, I'm
check.
checking.
Because I believe it's like
On its turn, it must choose whether it gets a move action or bonus action. It gets only one of the 3. Oh wait, it actually says right here it can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn.
okay, yeah, so no reactions.
Okay. Let's see, gosh, if you weren't there, Dante.
Sorry. What are you trying to use?
Shatter.
If you want to, and it doesn't down me, I could just reaction and heal myself.
If you're sure.
I've got contingency band. That can heal me back 10 HP.
All right. Yeah, then yeah, if you're sure, he's gonna cast Shatter there.
All right, so it's just con saves all around.
Con saves all around. Yep.
All right, so first the ooze.
Throw mine in real quick.
10 for the ooze. I believe that's a fail.
Yep.
And these guys. Okay. They're pretty good at this, as you can imagine.
I figured they would be, but
But that's probably still a fail. But the one
Yep.
on the right passed.
okay.
Ooh,
And Dante unfortunately failed.
fine, because I'm just gonna immediately heal back 10.
All right. What is the damage?
3d8, 16 thunder damage.
Okay, so I'm only taking 6.
One has like one little.
1 point of resolve.
Yeah. The one,
Of course. It
but
does.
Well,
it's
that's
gonna
the
burn
one
to
we-
death.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
right.
that's what I was going for with bringing him low, because I figured this would happen.
Yeah.
I'm the master of 1 HP of damage, but hey. Alright, and since he won't take an opportunity attack, Nicholas is gonna. Check my.
So now I might get pummeled.
Well, you have your thing that makes it so that they have disadvantage on you, so I think it could
That's
be fine.
true.
And he'll give Dante another bardic inspiration, and that'll be his turn.
All right. This one's just
Yeah.
gonna burn to death.
Yeah.
And you see as like it goes to its knees and falls down on the ground on its face, and it begins melting into the like almost the same material as that ooze, but then it just kind of goes into the ground and it leaves
Ugh.
behind a familiar little rock as the body kind of wastes away and just turns almost gelatinous until it's just completely gone.
Remind me, what Pokemon were these two?
This one was a Poliwag, and this one was a Sandshrew. And they're horribly, like, disfigured. Like, they're way bigger than they should be in areas, and the half of them
Right.
is still that Pokemon looks like an undead.
Ugh.
So left behind ether?
It looks like it. An inert ether.
Okay. Good to know. I think I will have to do something my next turn with
Alright.
this knowledge.
Alright, someone roll a d6 for this one's recharge.
Oh no!
Here's a recharge! Alright, fine. I'll do it. I've been rolling low every day. See? It's fine.
Alright.
Suggesting I was like, I shouldn't say anything.
Alright, so this guy is going to attack you twice, Dante. Is it both
Yep,
attack at
it's all-
disadvantage? Or
It's all disadvantage.
alright.
I guess my turn is after his.
10 misses, I
Yep.
presume. And the other one, the other claw. And that's going to miss. That's a 10 as well. I got two 10s
Nice.
disadvantage, so they're both going to miss you. Alright. That was the mutant's turn. Then it's going to go to these guys who are just going to dodge, I guess. So,
Yeah.
and back to Dante.
Okay, my turn rolls around, but it's until the end of it. It's good. Which means I get to move away for free without even having to disengage. And, yeah. I think I'm going to do that because I am actually at half HP already.
Same.
And at that point, I think. Oh, wait, actually, before I move away, I want to bonus action punch that guy, and then I'm going to cure wounds myself.
Alright. Make an attack roll.
19.
That'll hit him.
3. Doing 7 damage.
Alright.
Then. Spend that built slot. I'm going to do this at second level.
Right.
48 plus 5.
No, it's still plus 4. It's not 20 there yet.
Oh,
Oh, wait, no, it is 20 there. What am I saying? Excuse me. How did you /R mess up there? That was weird.
When the /R go bad.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
I'm just back to full.
Alright. Then we're going to go over to Malcolm. I believe all their faculties are back now that your turn is over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sorry.
Is it time to yeet?
It is time to do the yeets.
All right. This one kind of has cover against you, but you can clearly see that guy.
Let's see if I can finagle this at all. Alright, I'm just gonna have to go with that then. Reckless attacking, I'm going to use my javelin on this guy.
Okay. I'll make an attack with advantage.
22, no, that's 21.
That hits him. Do the damage first. Before
Yeah.
I do anything else.
Oh, I'm not pulling him toward me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then just, yeah.
This guy has to work for it.
Just a d6 plus... Sorry, it's been quite a while since I've had to do this with Malcolm. Let's see. He gets rage bonus, so that's 3 damage plus strength, so plus 8, I think. That sounds right. 14 piercing damage. And then he's going to throw the javelin. It's not a javelin, it's a halberd at the ooze.
It kind of has cover against you because there's a tree.
Yeah, I know. It's going to have, like, full cover or half cover?
It's going to have, like, 3/4 cover because it's, like, imposed between you and the tree.
What if I move right here?
Then it only... You can kind of clearly see it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well over 20.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Alright, so
He
that's...
is an ooze. Hey, we should pick up his juice when he's dead.
Okay, and then Great Weapon Master, so that's extra damage to proficiency bonus. Okay, so proficiency bonus is 3, 5, plus 3 more. Plus 11. 15 force damage.
It, like, you see it kind of like this mixture of, like, draconic entities kind of swelling and roiling in this massive crimson ooze.
Alright, and that's the end of Malcolm's turn, and his weapon appears back in his horns.
Yeah. Alright. The ooze is going to slither its way close to you, Malcolm, using all of its movement. As you see inside of it, it begins to bubble. And I need the 3 of you to do dex saves as it opens its, like, mouth with a draconic head, and then just kind of its innards it just shoots towards all of you and envelop you in this corrosive acid.
17.
That's a pass.
13.
That one.
That's everyone but Malcolm failed. Unless you
I
have...
need to take this particle creation thing off. I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you
He
do.
gave it to you,
You gave me
right
another
before
one?
your turn happened. Yeah, you got a second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
can pop it if you think you need it.
Yeah, in that case, let's pop it.
Alright. It's 14, so you got it. Okay, so Nicholas failed while Dante and Malcolm passed.
Yep.
Alright. So you are all going to take 14 acid damage, halved for those who passed. And you are all pulled, whoever failed, 30 feet towards the ooze. As you're kind of like a frog's tongue, it just... Now you're in front of it.
Okay, that was not
Ew.
what I wanted.
All right. Proteus.
All right. This is, believe it or not, it is this tile right here that bothers me with what I was thinking of doing.
You said it was acid damage, right?
Yeah, it was acid.
Okay.
Yeah. All right then. I think that the best thing I can do against a blob is to just hit it.
That usually works in D&D.
That usually does work, because I'm afraid he's immune to becoming scared of me, so...
Yeah, well.
Let's see, and I have an 8 to hit. Yeah. 24 to hit the blob.
You hit the blob.
Oh shoot, I just remembered what I wanted to do with my action. Oh well. Damage it is. I've already rolled the dice. He takes 23 radiant damage.
The blob. It's losing its form.
Alright, yeah. I can't subtle cast things anyway, so. Just to be safe, I'm going to use Mage Hand and I'm gonna take the ether and bring it to me.
Alright, it fell like... Yeah, it's totally within reach. Yeah, you can grab it. And it's like
Yeah.
an inert one. Like, it doesn't have any iridescent sheen or anything.
Yeah, and
It doesn't look like Malcolm.
Yeah.
it does not look like Malcolm, and I'm gonna move 15 feet this way. I'm not hidden anymore, but I suspect they won't be able to move fast enough to reach me here, so.
Okay. That'll be Nicholas's turn then.
I'm just checking. Not moving over there. It's kind of hoping I would be able to get Malcolm in this, but oh well, it don't matter. Nicholas is going to use his Fife of Dragon song to throw his own cone at this and hit both the ooze and the Dragonoid.
Alright, what are they making here?
They need to make con saving throws.
They have different con saves. Oh, no. Not that.
48 does indeed pass.
So the ooze got a 12.
Okay, it fails.
And the Dragonoid got got a nat 1.
Wow.
Okay, they both failed. This is actually very good. Okay, first things first. They take 8 thunder damage.
The Dragonoid falls down in a similar manner as the other one. Except it just kind of explodes, and the crimson liquid just kind of gets absorbed, again, leaving a shard of the stone behind. But the ooze is still alive. Wait, what kind of damage was it?
Thunder.
Thunder? Okay, just let me check something here. Yeah, okay. 8 thunder damage.
Alright, and the ooze is pushed 10 feet away from Nicholas.
Alright, let me grab this. Okay.
Alright. And Nicholas ain't looking too hot, so he's gonna be vominosing.
Alright.
25, 30. And that'll be his turn.
Like, oh, are you okay? It looks like the Reaper came for you, man.
I've dealt with worse.
And then they'll dodge and we'll go to Dante.
Right. Let's go ahead and give Nicholas a quick cure wounds here.
Alright.
Nice.
Oh,
Nick, you get back 17 HP.
okay. Yeah. Still. No, I think you put him just above half.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
I don't think I have the movement to make it there, but I'm gonna at least move to try to help Malcolm.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and actually move next to this thing, so that way I can help draw any aggro with Malcolm.
All right.
Do you have a bonus action?
Yeah,
left?
and I'll just go ahead and, since I actually didn't think I could make this, so, let's go ahead and bonus action punch. Probably not a great idea, because it's news. 19.
That hits it.
Would have been higher, because I realized I went to a +3.
When you're not proficient with your hands. Dun dun dun.
But yeah, well, there it is.
How much?
Only 4 damage.
Only 4 damage. It looks like one good hit will do it as we go to Malcolm.
You know who hits good? Reckless.
It roars at you.
Nat 20 it.
Oh, wow!
Well,
goodness.
this thing is gonna. How do you think you kill it? With its 2
Uh,
HP left.
Let's see. Reason. I would have made 2 attacks, so it's just gonna be like 2. He's gonna make like a cross slash.
What's the range of
Oh.
the splash zone?
Big.
Yeah. So yeah, as you but you're like helicoptering the polearm now that it's like
Yes!
really light.
Oh my gosh.
It's almost like it's just being like put into like a wood chipper.
Into a blizzard.
And just all the slime just like goes against a tree and it like starts melting the tree as you just turn it to nothing. You atomize it somehow. And that will be the end of combat.
Does any of the things that perished have any of their form left over, or did they all just kind of mushify slash dustify?
They all mushified, and all that was left, all that remained was like the inert ether.
Okay, I'm gonna
no
use my
scanners.
action.
You could still scan them if you want.
Oh, okay.
And the goo.
Okay, well, scanning. I guess we'll commence ? Unless these geezers will see me, in which case, no way.
I mean, Nicholas doesn't care. We're
We're
using
pretty much in full
technology.
darkness.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're using technology, so us scanning using technology is probably not gonna really matter.
All right. Just tell me which one you want because it matters.
I think we should probably have scan. Nicholas is gonna scan the the Dragonoid.
All right.
I gotta pull up the vault really quick just so we can.
Hey, is anyone gonna take the ooze?
I'll take the ooze.
All right. There you go.
Probably just do a 2/2 or something with it.
Yeah.
Ooze 2. Dragonoid.
Five.
And the other one. There you go. I guess I should put these in the vault.
Oh, the ooze has spider climb.
No,
Interesting.
yummy. Oh yeah, don't I have spider climbing shoes?
All right, and I'll say you get those.
All right, we'll discuss vault stuff later.
Like the actual specifics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the rest of the crystals and go back into hiding.
There was only one other one. Well, It
Okay, so the
I,
ooze dropped nothing.
the ooze drop nothing, and an important aspect here too is it takes a minute to scan something, so you might not be able to get something before those guys
Yeah.
for Proteus anyway.
No. Can
You're just gonna
I
abandon ship.
can I turn myself into a tree with silent image before they come over?
Yes.
Okay. Assuming there's no laser beams coming out of the tree, I should be fine.
No. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have
Okay.
it. All right. Okay. Yeah. They say, oh, are they gone? Not that I'm scared or anything, and I welcome the embrace of death. I think we should go back to the school.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
no,
smushed them.
they're gone. And once we're finished here, yeah, we're definitely heading back. Chance that there's more of these things means best we go to safety.
Be cut out here if there are more.
Okay. Okay, we should maybe go in back on campus individually. So, we don't talk about what happened here, all right? Just keep it between us. And I don't want to get. Oh well, not that I care that if I get like suspended or expelled or anything, but I don't. It's just if it happens, it happens. But yeah, we're just gonna keep this a secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and you're gonna go back to the. You're gonna go back to Lumhausen.
Yes.
Um,
hmm
are you gonna go back to the school?
We could
it,
probably just head to the.
yeah, especially if it's past curfew, we may as well
Mhm.
just go back to the inn.
Oh yeah, that works. I guess. Good point. I
You don't
didn't
have to
think
worry about
about that.
it.
We
Yeah.
should probably tell Estelle about what happened.
I was thinking it, but I'm
Yeah.
also thinking that the temple is out here too.
Yeah. So I'll say you get back to your rooms and you're settled in there again.
All right. Yeah, I guess I will get the sending stone out and well after, warding the place up and all that jazz. And I'll tell her found dragon related creatures in forest powered by ether. Do you want the inert crystals?
You get like almost an instantaneous response. I will be there tomorrow. Stay in your room.
Okay.
All right. I plan to close out the session. Is there anything you wish to discuss as the before you go to sleep?
There
Yeah.
was one thing that came to mind, and I'll just say, should we ask Figgery if he had a Polywagon Sandshrew friend?
Oh. Oh no.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, that's. I think we may have both found the missing students and found them attempting to get more missing students.
We're gonna need to
Granted,
find out if. Oh, sorry, go on.
granted, I can't exactly. We can't exactly say that for sure, but
The fact
well,
that
let's.
something
Yeah, they were morphed like this, and we
half
know
dead.
half dead morphed. The school has Draken research that they clearly removed, and they were draconic in nature. I think. I think this Dead Poet Society mission has certainly revealed a lot of potential clues to us.
Well, there's the other question of that temple in the woods as well. Is that where they're hiding out as a refuge, or is that something else entirely? Because there seems to be something with our druid friends going on in that area. Are they working with the theorem, or are the students being caught between two different forces?
Wait, I thought the druids were more related to like a mushroom hive mind.
Yes. Well, I've been told that there is a clan of them out here, and we know that the spore druids are out here. And there's also a uh and something out there called a what was it? It was like a spore stone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's something around the area called a spore stone as well, and that's, a little suspicious of our spory friends.
I feel like druids working with Deuterium seems.
Unlikely.
Yeah, it seems a
I
little outside of what you'd expect their wheelhouse to be at any case.
Not even
My
unlikely,
guess is the
just
two are at odds with each other, and the students are crossed up in the middle. Both use corpses to gain power, so both of them are exploiting the naive and the weak.
Can't
Guys,
entirely. Yes.
do you think Finnegy has a rock in him?
That's something I was afraid of. That's why I wanted Father Nevin to check him out, but yes, it's possible.
Wait, you think
Well, I
they
mean, it
might
was in those guys, and if it was trying to turn him into one of those guys, then maybe he
he's
has a rock in him.
Hopefully, curing the poison bought him more time if something like that is happening.
We
But,
gotta get him to a doctor.
well, Father Nevin is probably the best doctor we can get him to. Or if nothing else, we could escort him to the Hallowed Flames.
we'll just have to check back up on him tomorrow and
Well, we'll have to talk to Estelle first, but then yeah, we'll have to check up on him, ask him about those species, and see where we go from there.
All right, I think that's it, Crow.
yep.
All right.
Yep.
And then as you go to sleep, and that's where we'll end things. All right. You get your first taste of combat in the month we've been back.
Well, for
Also,
the rest of them, anyway.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
I got it earlier by getting shanked in the middle of the night.
That's true. But we will close things out and see what has going on in Loomhall University next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Wow.
bye bye.